Welcome back to the lunch table, hip hop food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz, and today we are over at Mariella Angela's studio in Venice. You know, I felt like we needed to change it up and get all the artistic stuff in the back. We got Eminem, Kanye,
it's beautiful in
Rihanna, everybody, man. And I wanted to introduce my next guest really quick. So I remember being on Twitter, and this one video just kept on getting retweeted, and I was like, okay, who is this? It's a freestyle or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I clicked on it. I forgot what beat it was, but I remember
Probably was Jadakiss.
It was Jadakiss. It was
Yeah.
It was Why.
Why.
It was
Yeah.
Why. And I was like, bro, like I've never heard somebody go this hard on Why since Jadakiss.
Since Jadakiss, yeah. You know what's crazy about that, bro? That whole experience, bro, was really just like the power of the internet, because I really was standing outside of my house just chilling.
Yeah.
And my homie just was like playing beats, and I'm just rapping, and he recorded me, and then we just put it up, and then it just boom.
And then
But
that
it's
was
been a
history.
lot of freestyles where like I really sat down and like tried to write them, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or tried to come up with a dope idea or like something different that'll catch people's attention, and it get a lot of comments and a lot of views, but it might not have hit. And that was the one that just hit. Like,
Yeah.
just shot it, put it out, and everybody loved it.
Yeah. And now
So-
everybody knows this man. He goes by the name of Simba. Simba, what up,
Man, thank you, man. Thank you for having me. It's a real blessing to be here at the lunch table. You know what I'm saying? With my guy. We're going to have a great episode today, especially with all this culture in here.
Well, you know, that's why I wanted to bring you in here, because I think just seeing all these iconic faces in hip hop can really, you know, do something to the brain.
Facts.
Is there any like painting in here that really catches your attention?
Yeah, it's that one right there. That Gucci Man one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that one's
top
cool.
one where he's eating. He's eating a bunch of hamburgers.
I guess it's really symbolic for just being hungry.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Being in the trap. Being in the trap all day, you hungry for your next opportunity.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you out there starving, trying to get somewhere with your life. So it's like you take whatever you can get. So when you get it, you trying to eat it all.
For sure.
You're
Is
trying to eat it
that how you grew up in the Bay? Were you, like,
Nah, I
growing
grew
up
up
in
a
trap?
little different, bro. I grew up backwards. So a lot of people where I come from, like, they like struggled in their childhood. I kind of grew up different, where I struggled as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a family.
What city first?
I'm from Berkeley, California. I feel like I'm from two parts of the Bay. I feel like the younger me is from Berkeley and the older me is from the East Bay, which is like Pittsburgh, Antioch area. That's really where I grew up. But I grew up in Berkeley, and my mom basically started a real estate company, was real successful in real estate. She moved me and my brother out towards the suburbs when I was around like 11, you know what I mean? So we was always just the kids coming to school with the Jordans. I had a car at 14.
Looking
You
pimpish,
know what I'm
you feel me?
saying? I had 3 cars at 16. I had an Escalade, a BMW, and a Magnum
That's
at
crazy.
16. Was throwing parties in my city at 16. So before I was even really a rapper, I had a name where I was from just off being a popular kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to play basketball, and then we ended up having this coach, bro, like 11th, 12th grade. He was just a bitch-ass nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he really fucked up my hoop dreams. You know
Why?
what
What
I'm
do you-
saying?
what do you
He
do?
just was one of them motherfuckers that just made the game not fun no more.
Oh, so
Like, he made it like a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I mean, I think it should be a job though, if that's what you're trying to aspire
I
to be.
feel like if that's what you're trying to aspire to be, but for some people, I feel like you have to find ways to like make them understand it's a job. You can't just force the job up on them.
So he
You
was,
know what I mean?
yeah. So
he was one of them motherfuckers that got cut from the Lakers back in the 80s, so he wanted to take his problems off on us. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
feel
Just a
you.
bitter motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, man, you're not doing the layup right. Do
Yeah,
it over.
he was
Ooh.
taking the shit too seriously.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
too
yeah.
serious, so it wasn't fun no more. So I think I was around like 11th grade when this was happening. So I had this friend, and he had like a little studio at home, and he was just like, he was playing around with it. He wasn't serious.
Yeah.
So we'd go over there and freestyle, and then I would just be freestyling and stuff, and I just start getting like a little name around school from just freestyling. So I started taking it serious.
And were you going by Simba back then too?
Nah, that didn't really come till like, I would say like a year after me rapping.
Okay.
It was like, I wasn't playing basketball, and my homie was like, you need a rap name. And my favorite movie of all time is The Lion King.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah. So that makes perfect sense.
I just felt
then,
like
yeah.
the story of The Lion King is dope if you take the cartoon aspect of it. Like, a kid loses dad out here on his own trying to figure out life. Feel me? Going through the jungle. Like,
was it your mom that really, like, did your mom press that movie on you, or did you kind of just, like, stumble upon it?
nah, I just think that shit was hard. Just
Yeah.
as a kid, like, what was harder than The Lion King?
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, like, he really just got...
Let's really
his
talk
dad
about
got pushed
that, though.
out. You know, let's do
As
it.
kids, what
There's
was
not-
the hardest Disney movie?
I mean, I would say my favorite one would be Toy Story.
See,
I would say Toy Story
Like
just
it,
because of
man.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Because to me, it was kind of like, okay, this motherfucker just hopped out the box.
Yeah.
And he's running shit.
Yeah.
And then you got somebody else who's basically running shit.
Running
And
shit with
There's
him.
like that power struggle between the two now. You feel me?
Yeah.
And to me, it kind of embedded in my head, like, okay, no matter where you go in any type of situation, there's gonna be a power struggle. But if you guys just work together, something beautiful could come out
Beautiful
of it.
could come together. That's crazy you say that because Toy Story, my second favorite child's movie. Lion King was first. Toy Story was second. They actually next year coming out with Toy Story
A new
4
one, yeah.
and the new Lion King. So that'd
there's
be
a new
dope.
Lion King?
Yep, they got Beyonce in it.
What?
They got Beyonce.
That's some real shit.
Beyonce's Nala, and Childish Gambino is Simba.
Damn. Oh, so then how does that make you feel knowing that? Because, you know, Childish is obviously one of the biggest people in the world right now.
People at Disney don't know me yet, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if they knew me, or if I was like just on that stage or that platform, I would be like, y'all got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, they don't know who I am. Childish Gambino got the hottest video in the world, one of the hottest TV shows in the world, dope ass artist. You know what I mean? Who else could play?
Yeah, there's not
Simba?
really anybody right now that could really take upon that role.
Yeah,
like,
like-
I remember when the news sparked out that he would possibly be the next Willy Wonka, I was like, yo, like, that would be some crazy shit.
I could see that.
Yeah.
You could see that.
Because I
could see
feel
that.
like, you know, when we were growing up, or at least like from what I saw, was that everybody was like a white actor.
Yeah.
What pisses me off is when I listen to anime. Well, I watch a lot of anime.
Yeah.
But when it's like all voiced out by white actors, I'm
Yeah.
like, it doesn't make sense to me. Because then you have a whole different culture. You know, for you, like black culture, seeing black culture in Willy Wonka is just something that is unfathomable and something that we don't really know what to expect. But we
Yeah.
just know it's going to be different, but cool.
See, the thing about black people, bro, like, our support thing is like, it's real weird. It's like the way how we support things is crazy.
do you
Because it's
mean?
like, for instance, like, we will never support like a Willy Wonka. Like, we don't identify with it. But
Yeah.
if Childish Gambino does it, it's gonna be the #1 fucking selling movie
I feel you.
in theaters for like 6 fucking weeks.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we really gonna realize how dope Willy Wonka was. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like, we really only support shit that we identify with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing and a bad thing because you got like a lot of shit that's dope out there that don't really get seen, so it doesn't get
Yeah.
the support. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's why I remember when Black Panther came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a couple black homies at work, and they're just like, yo, they pulled up with their dashikis and whatnot, and people were just getting frustrated with them.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you get frustrated with them? That's kind of just like, you know, in a sense, it's kind of just like celebrating something so iconic in
Definitely.
black culture that
Definitely.
why wouldn't you want to just do the most with it?
And that's one thing with our culture. I feel like we tend to do the most. Like we black people, we're known to do the most. Like we wear our success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
fuck
we
with that.
fucking get money and go buy chains and watches, and
Yeah.
clothes and all this shit to wear our success to show people we got it because we come from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So the way to show people you got something is to have a $400 shirt, to have a
Yeah.
$10,000 watch.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? That's how we fucking look at the shit, which is fucked up. You know what I mean? Because it cripples us as a community to where we can't invest in our own community because we so
Yeah.
passionate about investing in ourselves. You know what
But
I mean?
I feel like, you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I've spoken to a lot of people from the hood, and they were just saying they kind of just really have to, like, fend for themselves.
Yeah and no. I feel like when it comes to certain, you know, things like the police and, you know, shit like that, people that's against you. Of course, you got to protect yourself. Certain people in the streets trying to rob you or kill you, you got to protect yourself. But the way to protect yourself is to protect your community. You know what I mean? So if you was protecting these people around you or helping these people do something, like, for instance, a lot of these rappers, they get money and they go buy chains and shit, start jumping on these planes, and they bring their friends.
Yeah.
But the friends is not making no money. So you got your friends in Vegas, and you going down here to perform for 20 grand, but they sitting in the room waiting to eat till you get back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to create some type of way to where people around you, this dude might be the road manager. This dude might sell the merch. Got to be somewhere, everybody's making something to where we all involved into this thing, and we don't want to take from it.
At that point, I feel like you're creating opportunities for, you know, just the homies and whatnot, because shit, I remember the other day I was out with my girl and her homegirl, and, you know, she was looking for just a restaurant job, and I'm like, that's really fucking hard.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being, like, in a situation in which there's also, for one, it's very scarce to find a job.
Yeah.
And for two, just when somebody has a job, it's like, okay, as a rapper, I'm able to provide for all my other people by putting them work, you know, giving them work, because at the end of the day, it takes them off the street.
Take them off the street.
It gets them money too.
But then you got to also know who to give to the work to, because I got some, like, great friends. I know damn well as soon as I pop, I can't put some of them in position.
Yeah.
Like, some of my best fucking friends, because of, like, how they are. You know what I mean? Like, one of my best friends, like, he just thinks a lot of shit's supposed to be given to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the minute we get in a position, he's going to feel like, oh, I need this, I need this, I need that, I need this to be able to do my job. No, just do the job.
Yeah.
Just do the fucking work. So a lot of people really just don't know how to do the work. They just want the results and want to skip the work. And then they blame you for not helping them get the results because you putting the work in.
So are you still, like, friends with that guy?
Yeah, because that's my dog. I'm not going to base my business relationship off our personal relationship. So I'm still going to call him every day. We're going to talk about LeBron coming to the Lakers. We're going to talk about how bad Rihanna is. But when it comes to business or I need you to do this, I can't depend on him for that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to call him for that.
And you've had that conversation with him, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay.
Because as a friend, that's what I have to do, because I'd be fake if I didn't. Because then he'll wonder why he never asked me to do it.
Yeah.
And I got to tell him because I don't feel comfortable with you doing it. Now, it's up to him to change my opinion on that. If he start moving different and make me feel like, okay, he could damn near do it. But if he continues just to be the same person, that's how we going to be friends. I'm not going to blame you for that.
You know, it's crazy because you said that you grew up in a little bit more, you know, you grew up in the suburbs and all that. Did you ever feel like anything was ever just given to you?
Yeah. Hella shit. I was spoiled as fuck. As a kid, bro, I was hella spoiled, bro. I ain't learned how to work for shit till I was like 18.
Damn.
I got fired from working for my mom.
What?
Yeah, bro. My mom
what'd you
had
do?
a restaurant, a seafood restaurant back in the day. I got fired, bro.
What'd you do?
Nothing. Like, literally nothing. I would come to work and do nothing.
Oh, so she would, like, knock you for being lazy or something?
Like, because it was my mom, so it was just like, I'm like, ain't nothing gonna happen. It's my mom. I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But I always thank her for that, because that taught me, okay, I gotta get out here and figure something out. I gotta work for something. I gotta learn how to work for something. So music was actually the first thing I learned how to work for, because even with basketball, I was hella dope in basketball. And like the coaches would just like let me do certain shit I wanted to do because I was the best player on the team. So I come to practice late. They start running liners. I don't want to run liners. I stand over there, do whatever I want to do. But after that experience with my mom, I start realizing doing music, it's like, ain't nobody really going to give you shit. You kind of got to get out here and create your own and really get on your own too and create something for yourself. So that's when I learned, like, work ethic, you know what I mean? And just really getting out here grinding.
Because then I feel like now, after coming from, like, a very, like, giving background, and then after that experience with your mom, I guess you could say you really translated that to the rest of your life. Because you don't necessarily put your homies on that don't deserve that shit that well.
Exactly. Because it's like, if you just put somebody in a position, it's like, what did they work for? You know what I'm saying? Like, so they don't know the benefits of losing it. They don't know what they could go back to. You know what I mean? Like it's certain people out there, bro, who's waiting for an opportunity every day. You know what I mean? Like, And the minute you give it to them, they gonna take it with full authority and never look back. But there's some people that get that same opportunity, and it's like, oh, I got the opportunity. Let me sit back. Let me figure this out. Woo, woo, woo. But then before you know it, the opportunity done passed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't really got time to let opportunity pass.
So then when was that opportunity when you knew like music was the right thing to do for you?
When I moved to LA.
Okay. And how long ago was that?
About 6 years ago. Well, I've been living here like 4 years, but I made the decision 6 years ago. Because I was like on and off to LA for like 8 years. I moved out here for a couple months, moved back and shit because I ain't had money. You feel me? It was just tough going back and forth. And then I realized after a while, like, damn, like, I need some money to really be out here and sustain myself and get to know people. So I went back home and just did a bunch of different shit. Just, you know, working here, doing this, different things
Just doing 9 to
here,
5s?
just stacking money. Now, I never worked a 9 to 5 besides for my mom, but it's a million ways to get money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Too many to count.
Yeah. So just moving around, doing different things, and I just saved up some money, bro, and just moved out here.
But
And I
what was it
like,
about, like, you know, for me, what was it about, like, LA that really made you want to be here?
Opportunity. It was like every time I'm here, bro, we was just talking about this on the way over here. Like, imagine you being from the Bay, bro. Like, the biggest person you see is like E40, Too Short. You know what I'm saying? Clyde Carson, Mac Dre, shit like that. And then you 18 years old, come to LA, sneak in a 21 and over club with a fake ID and goddamn Kevin Hart just right there.
He's just chilling.
LeBron
Yeah,
James
yeah.
right there. Chris
Yeah.
Brown right there. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, you like, damn,
That's
like,
crazy.
you feel me? I could go hand these motherfuckers my music. I could do
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
woo, woo, woo. So it's all the possibilities of what could happen versus at home. It's really none of that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't too much of that. So
Because I feel like back home, like, there's a cap on how big you can get if you only stay back home. You feel me?
I think,
Well, you disagree?
where you from?
I'm from San Francisco.
Oh, so we from the same
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
You right.
Yeah.
You right. Okay, because what I was about to say was I think that's depending on where you from.
Yeah.
I think the reason that it's like that in San Francisco, which I feel over the next 5 to 10 years is going to change because of the tech industry is coming in and Silicon Valley is taking over every
Taking
fucking
over,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
So it's definitely going to change, but in the Bay, bro, we don't have an industry. Like, we don't have an infrastructure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I feel like it's more organized over there in terms of like all the technological stuff happening, but in terms of music in particular, it was kind of all over the place.
all over the place.
Because, you know, Sick With It's always going to be Sick With It, but I always wonder, just looking from the inside out, like, why isn't Sick With It like super big? Why didn't the hyphy movement get like bigger?
One is, okay, it's a few reasons. And I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? These are just my personal opinions of what I believe. One, I feel the Bay were very independent.
Yeah.
Very, very independent. So you got a lot of people who believe in making their own beats, writing their own raps, engineering their own shit, shooting their own video. So everybody wants to do everything themselves,
Yeah.
rather than trying to reach out and find somebody that could probably do it better than you.
I feel you.
You know what I'm
feel
saying?
Yeah.
So you get a lot of these artists, bro, who get this big ass buzz. For instance, you get a song that come out the Bay. For instance, we got a guy right now named All Black.
Yeah.
All Black going up. I love All Black, right? Boom. So All Black is the hottest thing in the Bay, but it's like, where's the person that finds the hit record for All Black? Where's the person that says, okay, bro, you doing 5 million streams on this and millions of video plays on this. We need to go get the Yo Gotti feature.
Yeah.
We need to get you out of the Bay.
I
Who's
feel
the
you.
person that bridges
Yeah,
that
yeah.
connect to where when he does a song with Yo Gotti, now everybody who knows Yo Gotti see him and like, who is this kid? And it brings awareness back to the Bay to where he can do the same thing for somebody else.
I feel you, man, because I feel like back there, realistically, everybody from the Bay kind of just works with each other. And it's like, you know, from being back home, we don't gas each other up all that much, but it's like we're really proud about like who we are
And who we
like,
come up
oh,
with.
you know, like Kamaya's like popping right now. Okay,
Yeah.
let's support Kamaya. Oh, I Am Sue popped up a couple years ago. Oh, let's support him.
I think that's just some dick riding shit though.
Really?
To keep it real.
Okay.
Because they don't support them when they trying to get hot.
They only support him once
Like,
they're
I
really in
remember
that
when
line.
Sue was trying to get hot, it wasn't nobody supporting him like that. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when Sue was on some Exhibit Sue shit. Remember Jay Electronica's Exhibit
Yeah,
C?
yeah.
He dropped something that was called Exhibit Sue, one of my favorite songs from him. And it was like, it was people fucking with him, but they wasn't supporting it like that. But the minute he dropped Up, and they got that radio love, and the streets fucked with it,
Yeah,
and
then
50
people were
jumped
hella
on it,
fucking
and this
with him.
person jumped, everybody loved him.
But you could also argue that he wasn't that exposed up until that song popped off, because I think he had like YG on a remix too. and all
Yeah,
that.
but see, that's exposed to the world because the Bay knew him. The Bay, if you didn't know Sue and the Bay before Up, like,
What
where
the fuck
were
are you doing?
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because they been doing shows, like, they been throwing parties, the Schmop Life parties, you know what I'm saying? They been having events, like, Pilo made one of Young Bari's biggest songs back in the
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
the On My Own Hype, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They been on the radio, so it's like, if you didn't know the Invasion and Sue, it's like,
Yeah,
you was
you
just a
kinda just
nobody,
sleeping.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it was really once something hit big and universally was when everybody was like, I've been rocking with Sue, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I've been doing this
feel
with
that.
Woo, but wasn't nobody really supporting like that until it hit.
I feel you, because I don't know, because I was really into like the turf dance when I was young. You
I
feel
used to
me?
turf dance.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! What happened to that?
I just
No?
started rapping.
You know, I was actually just talking to I don't know if you know this guy, but his name is Strobe. He's like one of the biggest like turf
Strobe.
dancers.
I think
Out
I
from
know
the
you
Bay.
talking about. He used to be with Shep
Yeah.
from the Animaniacs.
No. Strobe's like more so around our age, like 25, 24.
Okay. I don't
Yeah, but
think
well,
I
like he
know.
kicks it with like the turf fiends and all of them.
Okay.
And I was like,
I remember the turf fiends like Chunky and
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
like that. Them the homies.
Yeah, they're all homies, man. But it's like, you know, back then everything was just about trying to be this independent person, and everybody didn't want to like bite each other's shit.
Yeah.
And to me, I always saw that as like, okay, but why don't we just like pay homage to the next person by, you know, kind of just grabbing their shit, kind of remixing it just a little bit, and then making it your own.
That's real too, bro. It's just a lot of people. It kind of goes back to what you're saying. They want everything to be their own. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I remember I was talking to Mr. Fab one day. And he was telling me a story about Mac Dre. And he was saying he remember when he was in the studio, one time he walked in the studio and Mac Dre was in the studio making a song. He was making a song called That's What's Up. And at the time, it was a Frisco group making a song called That's What's Up. Or they had a song out called That's What's Up.
Messy Marv had a
Messy
song.
Marv.
Yeah, Messy Marv had that.
So Fab walked into the studio and told Dre, like, yo, you know Messy Marv got a song called That's What's Up. And he said, Dre looked at him and said, that's what's up.
Oh shit,
You know what
that's
I'm
some
saying?
crazy ass shit.
So it's like Dre had that in him.
Yeah.
He had that, like, I'm supporting that too. Like,
Yeah.
that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And that was basically an adult culture. I feel like with the hyphy movement, it was a young, wild culture, and we're all growing up out of that and figuring out what's the next thing for us to do, and supporting each other is that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like DJ J12, he just started something called the Bay Area Unity Challenge. Shout out to DJ 12. And he's basically doing what he can, like finding artists who got certain records, getting them with an engineer that know how to mix, you know what I mean? Putting them in the record pools, like
Yeah.
talking to certain streaming services and shit like that to
Yeah.
help get these artists out there. So
Because at the end of the day, man, it's like you said. Like I don't think people realize that they can't do every single thing.
everything.
And even if you are a jack of all trades, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're good at everything.
Facts.
The way I like to see hip hop or a job, I always relate it back to the Golden State Warriors.
Facts.
And the reason for that is because when you think about everybody on the starting five or everybody on the team,
Yeah.
they just do one
One thing
thing
great.
and one thing only.
Facts.
And I feel like if people just got to realize that if you just did one thing and dedicated your 10,000 hours to that shit, then everything would work smoothly.
Facts. And that just goes back to people understanding their role, bro. It's having a role. Like, I tell people all the time, like doing music as an artist, I'm just the face of it, right? So as an artist, like when you make music, you just literally the face of the music.
Yeah.
You still gotta have brains, arms, a heartbeat, legs,
A&R,
feet,
yeah.
toes, all this shit to make this shit move. You know what I'm saying? Everybody tries to just be the whole body all in one.
Yeah.
Rather than just, how about you just be the left arm and you just be the right arm? And that's a lot easier for you to focus on than trying to be every part that makes it move. You could just focus on this one thing and get that done. And this person could just focus on this one thing and get that done. You know what I'm saying?
So then how many working parts did you have for your EP? Came from nothing.
Man, bro, this is really like an independent push. Really, I kind of stole some information from the record label. I was signed to a label about a year ago. Shout out to Columbia Records for dropping me. But I was definitely the best shit that ever happened to me in my life was getting dropped. Because I basically signed the deal, bro. Like, it was a good deal, too. It wasn't like they fucked me or did anything wrong. It was a great deal. It just was one of them things where it was like, I'm a new artist, and I feel like the industry now doesn't know how to break artists anymore. I feel like they more so pick up on what's already hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They get somebody who already has like millions of followers. It's like, oh, well, I discovered them. Let's just throw money into them.
So it's me and Russ was like the only urban acts there. Really.
Like Russ?
Russ.
Okay.
Like, I'm on Columbia. Russ, I think it was this guy named Young Blue, but he came towards the end. He's dope too. Shout out to him.
Okay.
But it's like, how does it look as a new artist? I'm going here with records, and I'm telling them push these records, but like Russ is coming in this motherfucker with like platinum plaques.
Yeah. And
You know
all
what I'm
that
saying?
and all that experience that he had.
All
in the
the
past,
experience,
yeah.
right? So as a new artist, I realized very early, I'm not gonna win with this shit. So what I did was, instead of like complaining and like going to the label every day like, yo, push this song harder. Push this song. We need to push this song. I just kind of like realized who was doing what.
What do you mean by that?
Like, who was the most important people there? Who was actually doing shit? Like,
Gotcha.
Who makes these records move? Who contacts the streaming services? You feel me? Who gets to the DJs in the clubs? Right? So I want to know these people. So when I'm out of here, I can keep in contact with these people.
That's some smart
See
shit.
what I'm saying?
Well, because I guess what you're trying to say is that you don't necessarily need. I guess it's like the parts of the human body that you don't necessarily need.
Yeah.
And I guess when you relate that to a record label, you recognize, okay, in terms of like my body as like the musician, I need the left arm, I need the
all
right
this.
arm,
Especially,
and you recognize what the left and right arm were.
Especially with the type of music I'm making. I'm not really making like a Bay Area sound. You know what I'm saying? I'm making something that I truly feel is bigger. It's more universal. Like people in New York. You look at my Spotify numbers, the Bay number 22 on my list right now.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
congratulations on, I think you just posted that Spotify thing. You got like, what, up 300% or some shit? Yeah.
No, 3,400%.
3,400%. Yo, that's some dope ass
Appreciate
shit,
that,
bro.
brother. But even that, it's like the numbers, like my number one place right now is Chicago. You know what I mean? That's playing me. And I've never been to Chicago.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Miami. I've been to Miami twice, but that's the music I'm making, and that's who it's connecting to.
Why
You
do
know
you
what I'm saying?
think you relate to people from like Chicago, New York, and Miami?
It's just the type of person I am. I'm not the typical Bay Area dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the Bay is very street oriented when it comes to the music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not busting guns. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting and selling dope on the block. I'm fucking with these fine ass females out here in LA. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them motherfuckers ain't doing that. You know what I mean? They around a bunch of niggas in the car getting high all day.
Yeah.
I want to get high with some badass Instagram models. You know what I'm saying? So the music I'm making is for them.
Yeah.
It's not for
You ain't making it for dudes.
I'm not making it for them. You know what I'm saying? So they're not gonna gravitate to it. But they gonna fuck with me as a person, because I'm always be true and authentic to who I am. And when I come around, they know it's gonna be some bad females around. You know what I'm saying? So
it's
they
like,
gotta
yo,
come
like
around.
link me with Simba, man. I know there's gonna be some
got the
badass
females.
females. You know, it's funny because we actually interviewed Clyde Carson
That's
maybe
my
last
big
year.
homie right there.
He's a cool ass guy, man. Shout out to him.
That's my big dog. Shout out Clyde.
But you know, I told him, I remember one of the first albums I ever bought was World Premiere by The Team.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite songs from there was, I think it was called Good Girl.
Yeah.
And the reason for that, it's just like, okay, I know these are like some hood-ass dudes, But for them to be able to put out a song strictly for the females, I feel like that's some real ass shit.
That's Clyde all the way on some real shit. Like, that's kind of like the music. That's the one person I took after in the Bay.
Really?
Is Clyde, because Clyde is the player. He's the fun dude. He's the smooth dude. It's always cool to be around him. It ain't gotta be drama. It ain't gotta be a problem. It's just fun. You know what I'm saying? That's one dude that he was just at my studio 2 weeks ago. We just did a song. Like, he always giving me game, always telling me, little bruh, fuck with the females. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do this,
That's
do
smart.
that. Like, don't get into all this shit over here. Like, just do this. You feel me? So that's
So
my big
how's
homie.
it been for him really just mentoring you then?
I wouldn't even say mentoring. It's just game.
Okay.
I feel like mentoring is just something where it's like you really locked in with somebody and they just giving you the way each way. I feel like I pretty much know how to move, you know what I mean, just by watching certain people I done been around, being under a label, you know what I mean, seeing what they do and being somebody that's on the back burner to where you could really, like, I'm the cat that was at the label when like Ayo and Teo, the Rollie was popping.
Yeah.
I'm the cat going to the shows, standing on the side of the stage, watching these motherfuckers
showing,
like, okay, where this shit going in 6 months? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this the person I need to know. I don't need to know them.
6 months later,
All
right,
I don't need to know them because it's
yeah.
like, where they at right now? But the person who put them in position, he's still in that same position.
Yeah.
That's the motherfucker I want to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you feel like, you know, with talking to Clyde and whatnot and like going to these shows, is it kind of validating your journey? Like,
Facts.
do you feel like you're at the right spot at the right time?
Facts. That's what keep me going. Because it's like, it's things like Clyde called me. I put out Fashion Nova. Clyde called me. Boy, you might have done something with this one. You feel me? I'm like, what you talking? Boy, this one of them ones. I can't stop singing this shit. You know what I'm saying? That let me know. You know what I mean? Like, I get on Instagram, it's 173 comments. Fire.
Yeah.
That let me know. I meet T.I. We do 7 songs in one night.
What?
That let me know.
How,
you know what I'm saying?
Dude, oh shit. So then, like, what'd you really cook up with T.I.?
Well, T.I. was a situation where one of my homies who was working with him on a project, he was doing the Hustle Gang project at the time. And one of my homies, Trev Case, shout out to Trev Case, was working with him. And he actually had got 2 placements with Tip. And then Tip had called him to come in and work on the Hustle Gang project. He was like, yo, my boy's with me. He's hella dope with the raps. I think you'll fuck with him. Like, we should bring him in. So I had came in and then just hit it right off the rip. Like, I was really just fired up because it was Tip. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on T.I. Like, that's like one of my top 10 favorite rappers. That's one of my favorite rappers, bro. So it was like just being in there with him, and I was drunk in Atlanta. You feel me? I had some money at the time. I'm just like, oh, this shit is lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we fired up. So before he could even introduce himself, I'm running in the booth. You know what I mean?
What,
just dropping hooks.
Out.
And he looking at me like, all right, little motherfucker.
Yeah.
You feel me? He jump in the booth. And he just tear my shit up. You feel me? And I'm like, all right. I jump back in. We just doing this. Before you know it, it's like 2 days and went by. We got 7 songs.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
it
was dope.
Is that shit gonna be released or
probably never come out?
Okay.
But
it was probably just like a
great
really fun experience. Yeah.
Got great video footage, you know what I mean? But the songs we did, it didn't end up making the album, and it wasn't because it was bad songs. I felt like a lot of the songs we were doing that night was very radio driven. You know what I mean? Like very kind of like catchy shit. And I feel where the direction they went with the project was more for the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it really didn't make sense for the project.
So then when you reflect on moments like that, do you kind of just see it as like practice?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Because it's like one day I'm going to be T.I. And I'm going to be at a point where it's like people waiting on my album. You know what I mean? I got the biggest album finna drop and shit like that. And it teaches me to take time with shit. You know what I mean? Certain records might not be for this. Certain records might not be for that. Pull back with certain things. Pay attention to detail. One thing he told me was like, always make sure you rep where you from every verse. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Not to manipulate the people, but to represent the people.
Yeah, for sure.
You a voice for the people from where you from. So when they hear you say, I'm from whoop, 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 they feel like he's speaking for me. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that because I remember when Loyal by Chris Brown came out, right?
Yeah.
And he said, something about the Bay and that. I was like, what the fuck does he know about
Yeah.
this shit, right? Turns out when
Bobby
I had
Brackens.
a convo with Bobby Brackens, he was like, yeah, like I wrote that shit, I slipped that in there. And then he also wrote 2 on.
Yeah.
I was like, it's moments like that, and once you figure out Bobby
He
Brackens
also
did
wrote
that
I'm
shit,
the One, DJ Khaled.
yeah, that shit too. And I'm just like, man, like, it's crazy how no matter where I go, no matter where in the United States, there's always some sort of Bay reference that I could really fuck with. And to me, it's like, that's one of the most powerful things to me.
We got the influence.
Yeah.
We the most, like, influential place, I feel, in the world. It's just, we don't know how to capitalize on it.
We don't know how to market it.
Exactly. We don't know the business area of it. And that's where we getting people like Ghazi now that's coming in and helping that. You know what I mean? And I feel like in the next, 5 years, we're going to get a lot of Bay artists that's going to be on a mainstream level.
Yeah.
We just had G-Eazy, Kaylani, you know what I mean?
And I feel like it's artists like that, or even like Marky Basie, for example.
Basie.
It's like, they don't necessarily have to do all the, go dumb
Exactly.
hyphy shit, but it's like they'll slip in like Gerald will always like slip in a yee or some shit.
And here's what's crazy about that. A lot of them get by. We had this conversation yesterday on Dash. A G-Eazy, a Marky Basie will probably get by in the Bay because they're not black.
That too.
And
That too.
when
Even
you're
Kehlani
black
doesn't.
in the Bay, it's just this stigma on you for some reason that you have to be this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or we want you to be this way, or we don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to have to take like a black G-Eazy
Yeah.
to really alter the culture. Somebody that could really come in and make mainstream commercial music to bring the world to the Bay.
So does that make it harder for you? Because you're black? Because you carry that stigma?
It doesn't make it harder for me. It makes it more frustrated, I would say, than harder. Because it would be harder if I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I know that, it makes it easy because I kind of know how to go about it. You know what I mean? And where to move and who I need to talk to. But it's more frustrating because it's like people not really like stepping outside of their comfort zone. You know what I mean? It's like everybody want that like dance music and like this and that and for what they want it for. But it's like, bro, I'm 27 years old, bro. It's like I'm not hyphy no more.
Can't be doing that
You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the club shaking my dreads, like trying to toot it up on every girl, sweating my clothes out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
It's really cool when you're a kid and you're growing up with that shit.
It's cool as fuck. But when you're growing
like
up...
mid-20s and shit, it's like, okay, it's something I'll always remember, but not something that, like, I'm going to continue.
Exactly. So the frustration in it for me is, like, it's more of a thing of, like, you got to kind of wait till people grow up a little bit. You know what I mean? And kind of grow out of what it is they used to. But then the scary part about it is, like, will they grow up before I get too old?
Damn.
You know what I'm
feel
saying?
you.
Like, will I be like 35 and like my city still just...
Well,
You know
because
what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like
Shaking dreads
I feel
and
like
shit
you
like
know.
that.
So me and Jasmine were actually listening to "Came From Nothing" like on the ride here, and it was the first time she had listened to
Yeah.
it. And she's like, it really just sounds like that cool. You could drive around anywhere in the city and really just like relax to it.
Everyday
And
music.
whatnot. And it's like to me because every single one of those songs had something to do with a girl for the most part.
The project is about a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I figured.
Yeah.
And to me, I was like, okay, at some point in your life, you're going to be in a relationship.
Facts.
So essentially, it's relatable and it's timeless.
Exactly.
It's timeless.
And that was the whole point of the project, was to basically put myself in a situation where everybody can remember. So
Yeah.
I'm young, bro. Like, I'm out here going out and I'm living my life. You're going to run across females. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to be faithful. You know what I mean? It's hard to be with one girl and just be dedicated to that. But I'm not going to lie about it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody asks me, you got a girl, or if a girl want to know something, I'm going to tell them the flat out fucking truth, because
Yeah.
I don't want you to blame me for a lie you was told.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with this project, where I was with it was more so just showing people, like, I'm young, but I'm trying to grow. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
kind of got that from just the first one, Up All Night.
Yeah.
And I kept on thinking, like, damn, I feel like he was with this chick, But after being with this chick for so long, I felt like it kind of stunted your growth as an
Exactly.
artist.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And it's like sometimes you either gotta let it go or you gotta find a way to like re-innovate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with this one, I just really want to speak from a perspective of somebody that's like not there yet, but know he'll be there, and letting whoever's supporting them know you hold it down. You know what I mean? If you always there, I'ma always look out for you on the upcoming.
So are you still with that girl or nah?
I got a new song out called Fashion Nova right now. Doing real good on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? New EP came from nothing, just dropped. We sitting at the lunch table. What you think about LeBron coming to the Lakers, man?
Fuck that shit, bro. Bro, we went from here to anyways. I might as well ask you about Boogie Cousins right now, bro.
Big Boogie!
Big Boogie, bro. So where the fuck are the Warriors going to go at the end of this year?
Oh, Draymond just kicked himself out the door. I think Draymond just kicked himself out the door.
What you mean?
Okay, think
with
about
like
it.
Tristan Thompson and all that?
Think about this shit, right? You got 5 All-Stars on one team.
Yeah.
The Warriors can only afford 4 max contracts, right? So you got Clay coming up, got to get paid.
Yeah.
Draymond got to get paid, and Boogie's going to want to get paid after this season. So the Warriors is going to look at, let's just say Boogie comes back and have a good season, okay season. Do we give the max contract to Boogie
Or Draymond.
or Draymond? Because they do the same thing.
Yeah.
And Boogie's a better player.
But I
to
feel
me.
like based off Warrior culture, it would behoove them to keep Draymond at that point.
But it's
because
the money Draymond might want. He's
that's
going to be
true,
a
that's true.
3-time champion.
But I don't think. See, and this is a discussion I had with other people who really like are into the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steph can obviously hold his own team.
Yeah.
KD can too. Clay, in some sense, he can as
Yeah.
well. But Draymond, he can't just go to like some low market team and just
For sure.
completely dominate.
For sure.
You feel me?
But the thing with Draymond is like he's a heartbeat of a team. So it's like if you can get a star, like say like with this whole Kawhi Leonard shit, let's just say Kawhi Leonard, even though this is not going to happen, let's just say he stays in Toronto, right? Draymond would be a perfect fit to go to
I see
Toronto
that.
and play with Kawhi Leonard. They would be in the East.
Yeah, that's just fucking
They
first
would
team all
kill it
defense
every
yeah.
year. Only thing they got to worry about is Boston.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Philly occasionally, but other than that, they'd kill it. So he
Shit.
would fit in right there perfectly. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, if you predicting that shit for next year or something, I'm gonna make sure I repost this podcast somewhere.
You
like,
really
yo,
wanna know what I
Simba
think
called
is
that
gonna
shit.
happen?
Yeah, what?
I'm going to give you my real prediction. I think Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, maybe Kawhi, maybe. They all going to the Knicks.
I could see that.
I
But
think
then
they
they
all
probably
going
have
the
to
Knicks.
get rid of Porzingis at that point.
They gonna
no?
keep him.
You think so?
They gonna
That's
keep
a
him.
stacked ass team,
That's
bro.
what they're going to do. You're going to have the Lakers, going to be another super team, the Rockets, the Warriors, Boston, and the Knicks.
Counting out Philly?
Yeah, but it's like, what can Philly really do?
I mean, you give them maybe like 2 years, I think they're gonna be fucking amazing.
No, but they still need players around them.
Yeah,
It's like, who's going to go play with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid?
that's true. And they're kind of out of picks now. But I mean, I think at that point, I think the idea of super teams will kind of just dissipate by that point because we have so many other super teams in the league.
I feel like yeah and no. I feel like what's going to happen is once the whole super team thing with LeBron is retired and Carmelo and Durant and all these people getting older, you still going to have super teams because you got these teams now who's drafting all these dope players.
Yeah.
So you got people like Jason Tatum and Marcus Smart.
And they're
You
gonna
know
be
what I'm
coming
saying?
up soon.
2-3
Yeah,
year
yeah,
rookies
yeah.
all on the same team. So it's just going to be putting the young talent all
Yeah.
on the same team.
The super team dynamic at that point will probably just shift to other
Exactly.
teams. Yeah.
The Lakers, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle. Like, if they would have stayed together in 4 years, like, that's a super team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's some real shit. I'm just excited to see where the NBA is going to go. And I'm also
It's gonna be
excited to see
fun.
where you're going to go, man. So
Oh,
then what do
man,
you
we-
got planned after, came from nothing?
We got a lot of promo planned for the EP. I got, like, another EP ready to go. I'm just kind of just working this one, getting in tune with the fans. We want to do some touring, some shows. You know what I mean? Radio a little here and there if it makes sense. But the main thing for me right now, bro, is really just interacting with my fans. You know what I mean? And building that relationship with my fans rather than, we was just talking on the way over here about club hostings and party hostings and shit like that. And I was like, I don't really want to get too much into that because it's like if people could see you in the club, what they gonna buy this ticket for to come to the show? You know what I'm saying? I want people to come to my show so I could give them that real experience, a real performance. Like, I'm not gonna get up there and tell a DJ to play my vocals. Like, we're gonna bring a band in here. We're gonna bring the guest that's on these songs out, you know what I mean? And really give y'all a real good show where people was like, yo, this shit was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Why, from your perspective, why is it so important for you to really connect with your fans? Because that's something a lot of people don't really think about.
Because people not fans of artists no more. They fans of their songs.
That's some real shit. We actually just had that conversation about like, oh yeah, you remember that one song? It goes like this, it goes like that.
Yeah.
But then it's like,
who's the person?
who the fuck is the person?
Exactly. So you get these songs who just get hot as fuck in the streaming era because playlists is like the new radio.
Yeah.
So you get a kid, let's just say you get a kid, bro, who was homeless last year. You feel me? He make a song about being homeless and his girlfriend left him and he miserable. But think about all the people that relate to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Boom, it blows up. You know what I mean? He's doing shows, he's killing it and everything. It's just like, all right, you feel me? I don't know who he is, but I love this song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This song is dope. So you get people who become fans of the song and not the actual person. They don't even know what the person look like or anything. So I don't want to be a person out here just with a song. I want people to know who I am so they know, like, nah, that's Simba. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my dog. I fuck with him. Like, he speak for me. You know what I mean? So that's really more so my thing is just interacting with my fans and developing that relationship with them to where they know whatever I drop, whenever I give it to them, it's going to be dope. It's going to be fire, and it's going to be for them.
That's Simba.
Yeah.
One last question, man. Does anybody ever bring up some J. Cole shit to you? Like, because he was on some grown Simba shit?
I get J. Cole a lot. I get J. Cole. I get Meek Mill. I get Fabulous. And I look like 50 Cent. That's what I get a lot.
I could kind of see the 50 Cent shit.
That's what I get a lot. And if you ask me, I think they all tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everybody does their own thing very good in their own way, but
very differently.
Yeah, I don't think J. Cole could. I'm not gonna say he could. I'm gonna say I don't think J. Cole would make a song like a Good to You or Fashion Nova.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really his thing. He's trying to be lyrical with it. And I feel that because I love listening to that. But I love women. You know what I mean? And I want shit that women can get dressed to and do their makeup to. I don't give a fuck about these goddamn backpackers and want me to be lyrical and shit because it's like, who fucking cares?
Bruh, you're fucking smart.
Who cares?
You're hella fucking smart,
Like,
dude.
I'm serious. So it's like, I'd rather be the female's favorite rapper than these dudes any fucking day.
And we are ending the fucking podcast on that note. That's the realest shit I ever heard on this podcast. Yo.
Shout out to the lunch table for having me, man.
Yo, this is Simba, man. The real Simba on
The real
everything.
Symba. That's Symba with a Y, SYMBA. The real Symba on all social media platforms. Check out my EP, Came From Nothing. Shout out to my guy for having me right here. I'm loving this Warrior shirt.
All day,
You see
every
the
day,
shirt?
man.
Warrior Gang, we gonna get us another one this year.
Nico, Blitz, Simba, The Lunch Table. We are out, everybody.
Yee.